By the way, in a wide-ranging, nearly hour-long and at times seemingly off-the-cuff speech addressing the leaders gathered for the UN General Assembly in New York, Donald Trump blasted the UN as a feckless institution that's unable to address global conflicts. In a stark moment, the US president warned, and I quote, "Your countries are going to hell." He didn't touch Israel's incursion into Gaza City or the humanitarian aid crisis in Gaza, but the US president has said NATO countries should shoot down Russian aircraft that enter their airspace and that Ukraine could win back all of its territory from Russia. The remarks on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly mark an extraordinary 180-degree shift in his position on the Russia-Ukraine war, and experts argue that this also suggests that Trump is finally coming to terms with the failure of his diplomatic overtures to Moscow. But Trump also appeared to be washing his hands off the war, because you must note that he pledged no new direct aid for Kyiv, instead saying the EU will need to help Ukraine. Trump said, and I quote, "In any event, I wish both countries well," referring to Russia and Ukraine. Just listen in to his remarks, followed by Natasha Esrani's report.
What progress do you think has been made on ending Russia's war against Ukraine since the last time you saw President Zelensky?
Well, the biggest progress is that the Russian economy is terrible right now. It's, as you know, it's crashing. And that, frankly, Ukraine is doing a very good job of stopping this very large army. It's pretty amazing. You know, this is a war that should have ended in 3 days, 4 days. People said it was going to be very quick, and you got to hand it to the Ukrainian soldiers and everybody involved. It's still going on, and that's not a good thing for Russia. This was supposed to be quick, and it looks like it's not going to end for a long time.
Do you think that NATO countries should shoot down Russian aircraft if they enter their airspace?
Yes, I do. We're going to start a meeting with the president, who we all know very well, and he's a brave man, and he's putting up one hell of a fight. And we'll see how that all turns out. But we're going to have a meeting, and we have about 30 meetings scheduled today. We have a lot of meetings scheduled today, going pretty late into the night. But this is an important one, and we have great respect for the fight that Ukraine is putting up. It's pretty amazing, actually.
This is clearly a huge change in his stance. Trump really going after Russia and telling the European Union that they need to do much more to stand up to Russia, and also that they should stop importing Russian oil. He also made that clear. And as the soundbite also indicated earlier, also asking for the Russian planes to be shot down by NATO. So clearly this is a president who is now getting increasingly impatient with Russia. He had said that when he was campaigning for the presidency that he would end the war very quickly, and clearly has been unable to do that, and he has rising frustration about that. He really wants to cast himself as a deal maker and as a peacemaker, and he's been unable to do that on Russia. He's been unable to do that also in the Middle East for Israel and Palestinian issue. So this is Donald Trump now standing at the biggest pulpit, which is the United Nations General Assembly, speaking for an hour and really coming out very strongly